Matt Sydal versus versus Top Flight's Dante. We had a match that was absolutely, we knew that match could be a banger in the ring, right? I know you, SPD, and that's one of those matches that, I feel like work rate, in-ring style, the way those two match up, I wish I was having a beer with you, bud, and watching that match with you, because I felt like that's a match that SPD would be geeking out over. Two baby faces that really just tore it up and beat the heck out of each other in that match.
Right.
Throughout picture in picture in that match, like, it was just Matt Sydal was dropping some knees into Dante's face when he was laying in the corner. Let's
talk about it. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, this was a match that I knew going into it could surprise some people who stuck around and watched it. I felt like maybe, okay, like these two guys can go, and they were going hard at each other. SPD, what'd you think about this match? Did you like this as much as I felt like I imagined you liking it?
I mean, honestly, these two are so impressive, and I loved how the commentator team was like, he's 20 years old and Sydal is 20 years in the industry. And
great.
I mean, before I dive into the match, the whole intro with Vicky coming out and then Andrade getting interrupted by Sydal, giving him the snarl himself. So maybe do we see down the line a Sydal versus Andrade, which would be an awesome first match in AEW. I'm very high on Sydal and his in-ring work. And
I do know that. It's true.
It is funny, like the FAA was alerted because how high these guys were getting air, and it was unbelievable. That jump over, Dante is like,
I know,
he's like a kangaroo. He has springs in his shoes or something, man. That guy can jump so high. His ups and his stuff on his Instagram and stuff, like, man, you gotta talk to air traffic control for sure for both of these guys,
listen to you. Yeah,
this was a win-win match for sure.
Agreed.
In terms of giving the people what they want. I mean, the fans were chanting, "This is awesome," for guys that don't necessarily get the TV time that they necessarily deserve. Especially in a singles aspect, considering, these guys both are, a lot of experience in the tag. Will Sydal's more experience in the singles. But for them to get this TV time and the crowd to chant, "This is awesome," it was well-deserved. It was got to feel great for both of these guys. And like I texted you, I think it would be down the line, it would be outstanding to have a brothers versus brothers match. You talk about Top Flight versus Sydal's versus Young Bucks in a triple threat brothers match. Actually add the Lucha Brothers.
Wow.
And you have 4. I mean, that's when you need to talk to air traffic control and shut down all flights, because the amount of air of those 8 guys would be absolutely insane.
Can you imagine that as a ladder match for the tag team titles? Oh my God. Now you're talking like, wow.
Fantasy booking right there. A 4-way brothers match for the tag team titles.
Maybe one day AEW will give that to us, because I agree with you, man. Like, the in-ring work between these guys, this was one of those matches that you said it best. When I watched that, it really felt like those two guys did everything in their power to earn the crowd's love and respect during that match, man. Yeah. Those guys went at each other, and they earned a "This is awesome" chant. And that was something that was given to guys, like you said, who have not been in the main event scene. These two guys went out there and worked, guys. If you're with us right now, make sure you get committed to that show. If you missed any bit of Dynamite, make sure you watch that one. Get into that and really pay attention, because those two guys went at each other, and I felt like it was a great showcase for and SPD, like you said. Imagine Top Flight versus the Sydal brothers. And you could see the potential of that. That's going to be a great matchup. And I think, again, this furthers a trend that I love what AEW doing, and that's using veterans to help get the best out of their young talent, dude. I mean, you see it time and time and time and time again on this show, and that is something that seems to be common sense when you look at, okay, why would we not utilize this veteran experience and knowledge at our fingertips to make sure that the best of the best train our up-and-coming talent. We see Jericho and MJF paired in this feud, right? We see Matt Hardy and Private Party, and this is another example. This matchup really was I think, an example of talent being utilized in a way that gets the best out of everyone by
Sure.
putting people in positions to succeed. You got an industry veteran, you said it best, 20 years in the business. It was just a really nice pairing, and I think it was smart from an in-ring perspective too. You knew both these guys would gel, and they did. I mean, I felt like Matt Sydal pushed Dante to a point sometimes in the ring where Dante was getting physical. Some of his kicks tonight were hitting, brother. That was a really nice competitive back and forth match, and I felt like one that really hit a home run and showcased both people in a great light.
It absolutely did, man. And I knew it was going to be high energy, and that's exactly the matches I absolutely love.